Greetings, everybody. Greetings. How everybody doing today? Multi-dimensional beings. How everybody feeling today? In this video, I want to talk about trusting yourself, trusting your own thoughts, your own opinions, just trusting and believing and having confidence in your own universal thoughts. Your thoughts is yours for a reason. Certain things get put on your heart. Certain things get put on your mind for a reason. You know what I mean? Your thoughts is your thoughts for a reason. You know what I mean? And to be confident in your thoughts is deep rooted in connecting to the divine being that's within yourself. Right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get up into this. Hold on right quick. Trusting yourself and believing in yourself. Trusting in your own opinions. Lack of faith in self creates a battle within yourself because you will start thinking about other people's opinions, and this a conflict with yours, and this will create a battle within yourself as if it's two of you, like it's two of you inside of you, but it's only one you. You just gotta have confidence in your own thoughts. You know what I mean? Who you really are. You gotta have confidence in who you are. When you start allowing other people into your thought processes, you start thinking about other people, this creates a battle within yourself, man. This creates chaos within yourself. Like it's like you battling with somebody else, but it's really just you against yourself. Have confidence in who you are, have confidence in what you like to do, everything. Don't let nobody come along and tell you shouldn't be thinking like this or you shouldn't think like that. Because all this stuff does is create a conflict within yourself, right? So a lot of people be stressed, man. A lot of people be stressed out, man. That's because it's a battle taking place within you. You know what I mean? You not being your true authentic self. You not being your divine self. Like I say, it's a reason you had thoughts. It's a reason why certain things get put on your heart. You know what I mean? That's God. You know what I'm saying? When you have confidence in yourself and what's in your heart, long as it's from your heart and you got confidence in it, that's God. You that's deep rooted to your connection to God, man. You know what I mean? But when you study ignoring your inner voice that's inside of you, listening to everybody else, you know what I mean? Letting everybody else tell you how you should think, how you should do everything, how you should live your life, everything. You let everybody else tell you. This creates a conflict within yourself. Now it's a battle within yourself, and now you waking up every day feeling stressed because you're not free, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not free. This is your body. This is your body, man. This is your body, so this is your world. This is your kingdom. So nobody else should be able to come into your kingdom and tell you how you should run things in your kingdom. What up, KB? I'm trying to see how I can get you up in here. I don't know how to do this. I ain't never did this before. Let's see. Can you like request to join or something like that? Hold on.
Okay, we live.
Hey,
okay.
Grand Rapids. I said Grand Rapids. Greetings.
Greetings. The sun is out now.
How you feeling today? You hear me?
Echo?
Hold on. You can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's like moving slow and it's an echo.
Can you hear me now? Hold on.
Yeah, let me join. Let me exit out and join back in.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, in this video, y'all, we finna talk about understanding who you really are and having confidence in who you really is. You know what I mean? Stop listening to everybody. This ain't doing nothing but creating a conflict within yourself. This ain't doing nothing but creating a battle within yourself, man. That's all it's doing. You know what I mean? You wondering why you stressed and you all this. You wondering why you stressed and you feeling all these feelings. That's because you in battle with yourself. Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can
Right,
hear.
Okay. So how your day been going, Queen?
It has actually been going good. I'm just trying to get myself back in good spirits, trying to call back to my higher self
You know,
at this time
a
being.
good smile or a good laugh bring the spirits up real fast. So
It
you
does. It
smiling
does.
on this laugh. So that's the we doing the right thing already.
That's why I needed it. I'm like, I gotta get my mind stimulated. I gotta do something. I can't
I know
keep
how that
living
be
in
though.
this.
I know how that be. Sometimes like when you be to yourself too much sometimes, and then you will be in your thoughts, and you will start thinking you sad, and you really not really sad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really
Bored.
not nothing. You just bored. Like you know, that's all it be
Like,
sometimes.
you
Like
just gotta get out the house.
yep. Some like my days off, I try to make sure I go outside and do something. I plan my whole day out. I'm like, okay, in the morning, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna do that because I know if I lay in that bed or I don't get up and don't leave the house, I know it's over with. I know I'm gonna start overthinking stuff. I'm gonna start thinking about this and that. Like it don't even matter. But when I just do little stuff, like I go to the movies or something, I just take myself to the movies. I'll be in high spirits. So I just try to keep that up. Just try to keep that going.
Yeah, you gotta definitely get yourself up and going when you feeling down and depressed and not in the mood. You gotta fight through it no matter what. You just gotta keep going because that's what's going. Sitting in it is going to allow you to just manifest all those negative thoughts that you are having. So it's best to really just get up and go. Because 2 years ago to a year ago, I was not the KB who want to get up when they sad. I was KB. I'm depressed. I don't want to go nowhere. Don't call me. I don't want to get on my bed.
Facts. I know how you feel though, because I used to be the same way.
That's not like
It ain't no energy in
I
the
used to
house. It ain't no energy. So like I feel like the more you sit in the house, I feel like your energy just going down. You ain't got no energy to think
absolutely.
nothing positive. Everything just negative. You just start thinking negative stuff out the blue. Like, hold on, like I ain't even
You
got
have
nothing
nothing
to worry
positive to
about,
think
but
about.
I'm just sitting there stressed about nothing. Like, you know? So I just think like when you just in this house with these walls and stuff, like I feel like you just blocked off from energy. And like it's like soon as you go outside and get to being around people, other people, you in nature, trees and stuff around, all of a sudden your spirit start going, yeah, we're just start going up like that. Now like so like I be trying to keep that in mind. I be
Yeah.
trying to keep that in mind. Like it's sometimes it don't even be nothing wrong with you. You just been in the house too long sometimes.
Yeah, seriously, because people, some people don't know how these shapes and colors have certain laws when they reach a certain dimension. So when we are in these square houses, square contains energy. So we
Mm-hmm.
are energetic beings. So when we always in a house all day, our energy isn't able to flow, especially if we in a house full of people and it's not peaceful there. Our energy is doing nothing but getting bounced off the wall,
Yep.
coming right back to
Yep.
us or to the next
Yep.
person. And it's not flowing anywhere. It's just bouncing. You try to let your anger out, it's coming right back to you.
Gee.
It's coming right.
Hey.
Where is it going?
And that's so true. Cause
Where
look,
is it going?
it's so true. Cause look, when I was like looking for my apartment, or whatever, right? And I just walk in every room and just try to feel the vibe in every room, right? I go in one room like, nah, it just feel like negative in here. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how I can tell people was in here just being toxic, arguing every day. You can kind of just feel that energy. You know what I'm saying? So like when you sit in the house all day, like you wake up in the morning, like when I wake up in the morning, I be in good moods. But once I sit down too long, it'd be like I start thinking negative thoughts, and then it's be like it's just like that negative energy just in the room like the whole day. Like I'm like, no, I just gotta get away from this. Like for real.
Yeah.
And like
Protect you at all costs. Energy is definitely contagious.
yep. I feel like it's all by design. Like I feel like we sit in these boxes like it ain't nothing but like a cage, you know what I'm saying? But you like, you know what I'm saying, it ain't nothing but like a cage, and it's like you can't get no energy sitting in the house, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I feel like our natural ways is outside, like not encaged in no box, like outside, no shoes,
And
you know what
sunlight.
I'm saying? Just in nature, around people, interacting, experiencing, making mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Just doing everything. It's like we cut off from all that just sitting in the house, you know?
I swear we start getting like that, like middle school, high school, when we all start going outside and just being on the computers, and then being on the video game, because that's when all that started getting popular, when we was in like high school, middle school.
Yeah.
You know, you were a little older than me, so you probably was like graduating.
Nah, we had computers though. We had computers. But go ahead. Nah, shorty, don't try to get out on me now. Nah, we had computers like, and stuff. We had the old ass computers that was like boxes, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with the they had the box in the back, the little thick boys.
Yes, I'm that old.
We had those for sure. And then like probably a little bit when you got to high school, start coming out with the flat screen computer screens and stuff like that. So, you know, but I actually was just talking to my cousin about this yesterday, because, you know, I noticed during the fall or winter time, I get very moody because I'm not getting much sunlight. So I like my moods be like, oh my God, I need some sun. I can't take this gloomy day. Right. I was just talking to my cousin, like, I miss being a child. We used to get up and not have to worry about anything. We came up and did whatever. I don't remember being bored as a child.
Yes.
So I'm like, how am I bored as an adult?
Yeah. Because like when you become an adult, you start restricting yourself. Like, nah, I can't do that. Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? But when you was a kid, you just did whatever your man led you to. And it's funny because like, I feel like spirituality and like some of the Bible scriptures, it all relates, because in the Bible it say you can't get to the kingdom of heaven unless you are of a child. Like, you know what I'm saying? You are attached to, you identify with the child that's within yourself. You know what I mean? And then you look at like the movie Peter Pan, the movie Hook, right? The movie Hook. Mm-hmm. Peter Pan couldn't fly if he didn't have a childlike man. He couldn't like ascend. In the movie Hook, when he remembered how to fly again, he had to think happy thoughts. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't think happy thoughts because he was an adult now, and he had so much negativity in his mind. So he had to go into solitude, and he had to remember what it was like being a child. So when he remembered what it was like to be a child and what made him happy, he flew again. And then it's like the part was so cool because he flew into the sky. You know what I mean? And then he was just like land in the clouds like this. And it was like signifying his head being in the clouds, because when you were a child, your head be in the clouds. You don't be thinking about, oh, this gonna happen or that gonna happen. You be just thinking about it's fun.
You just gonna do 5'9".
So like that scene really meant a lot to me. I was like, wow, like they put a lot of little different things in movies if you can catch it.
Yeah, that inner child actually takes us far. That's how that's actually what I'm working on now, is grabbing my inner child and working on my shadow side. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm really caring about. I'm not really caring about physical knowledge at this given point of my life. All I really care about is grabbing my inner child and getting back to the things that I used to love as a child, because I always stayed busy as a child, and it should be no way as an adult I should be bored sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Because it's always work, and I'm forgetting to have fun. And I let go a lot of my goals and dreams when I grew up because of trauma. So I'm trying to get back to my music, drawing, dancing. I'm an all-around artist. That's all I did as a kid. Came up with dances, I wrote songs, I drew, I painted, I did everything. And I stopped all of that going into middle school, high school, because you started getting all these thoughts. We go through puberty. People, you got mean peers at school who bullying people, kids and stuff like that. So, and I noticed that a lot of us is very depressed, traumatized, and like, I don't know if it's just me, but I've been feeling a lot of depression, not even like from myself, but like from this world. Like, I feel like everybody is sad, everybody is in pain.
A lot of people.
It's so overwhelming. It's hurting me a little bit, just a tad bit, but I'm trying to sway away from that, because I feel it. I'm really feeling it.
Because you on the right path. Like, to be 100, you on the right path, and like just feeling that sometimes feeling that feeling of depression, that's all a part of the process. You know what I'm saying? Like I be telling, like a young guy asked was inboxing me, and I was telling him like, man, I be wanting a girl, but I keep falling back into the. I'm like, bro, that's all a part of the process. You not gonna be perfect, or is you don't think like it's just gonna start off. You just gonna be thinking like this all the time. No, it's gonna be all this stuff is
Yeah.
gonna all this stuff together is gonna build you up into what you growing into. You know what I'm saying? So I even when I go through setbacks, I never feel bad about it because I be like, okay, it's what I'm supposed to learn from this. What I'm supposed to see in it. How is this situation supposed to help me further my growth? You know what I'm saying? Only thing that's gonna mess you up if you stop. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But when you on this path, you just gotta keep going because it's gonna be a lot of times like you're gonna be feeling depressed. Like, man, you're gonna be thinking maybe I ain't supposed to
I
be thinking like
swear.
this. I ain't supposed to be thinking like this. I'm supposed to be spiritually evolved, but that's all illusions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because you on your spiritual path don't mean you're not gonna be sad or depressed sometimes.
Gonna
That's all a
always
part of the
be.
journey. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? And
That's so fake.
yeah, and I actually love it. You know what I'm saying? I like when I feel certain ways because I'll be like, okay, this gonna propel me into the next level of myself, the next chapter of who I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So like that's
It
all I
does.
like.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. And it's crazy because I was just having a moment a couple days ago and I was just trying to think that same exact thought. I'm like, I've been here before. I know right now it really feel like I'm not gonna ever get out of it. But I had this thought last time and I got out of it. And I'm like, this time is a little bit different. I actually grown a lot from just last year. I guess since I looked at how much I grown last year, I'm thinking I'm supposed to grow that fast every time. Like, no, some areas gonna take you a little bit more time for you to get to a particular point where you want to be at, depending on how damaging that trauma was to you. And
Right.
also some we don't realize that we have to put ourselves, in order to grow, we have to put ourselves through that same experience again, but
Yep.
differently. We
Yep.
have to go with a different mindset that, oh, okay, now I'm going through this situation more aware. So now I know what to do. If I lose control, gain control. If I
Yep.
get in my feelings, get out my feelings. If I feel like I'm overthinking, stop overthinking. We have to go through these experiences. I feel like life teaches you the same experiences for one or two reasons. The first reason, you haven't learned from the previous experience, or second, now it's time for you to work through it and heal from it.
Yep.
And I'm
Yep.
kind of going through the same thing. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. Very difficult.
I had posted
And
a clip. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't want to cut you off. Finish what you saying.
oh no, you good, you good. I kind of just lost my train of thought a little bit now.
But
I lose
I
my
had
train of
posted a
thought
clip.
easily.
I had posted a clip of like the Lion King, and did you see that clip I posted? It was like the Lion King when the little monkey had swung the little cane at Simba, and he was like Simba was like, man, I want to go back, but I gotta face my past. You know what I'm saying? And then he swung the thing at him and he hit him in the head, and he was like, why you do that? He was like, it don't matter, it's in the past. He said the way I see it, you can either learn from it, or you can either run from it or learn from it. And then he swung at him again, and Simba ducked. Then he was like, you see? He learned from it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things we go through in the past, like a lot of us went through traumatic things, right? And we'll try to push it away, try not to even think about it. But in pushing it away, we ain't fixing it. It's still there. It's still in our subconscious.
You're
You know
not
what I'm saying?
doing
So the
nothing
only
with it.
way to clear that out is to go through it and learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was going through doing shadow work, I just cut everything off and I was just in my mind. You know what I'm saying? And stuff slowly was coming up. And instead of thinking like, oh man, I ain't supposed to be thinking like this, I just went through it. And then I started seeing like, man, it didn't hurt. And I started to see what did I learn from it. And I started becoming grateful for all the stuff. Like, man, damn, I'm grateful this happened to me. Because if I didn't learn this, I wouldn't have became this. You know what I'm saying? So then you start to look at everything differently when you start to look at it from that state of consciousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really true, for real, for real. You're supposed to continue going through and working through your experiences. We can't keep running from our experiences or trying to put our traumas through the back of our head. Because I noticed that I do a lot of thinking too, and a lot of overthinking. I do a lot of overthinking.
Right.
And I'm trying to see, I never was the type to acknowledge myself as having anxiety or depression or whatever, because I never tried to let it exist in my world. But sometimes I had to realize, like, okay, this is what it is, so I can correct it. So now I know this is that, and I don't have to be like this anymore. I didn't realize I had anxiety because I always was so optimistic for certain situations, that, because, you know, sometimes we mess up. We're not perfect. Sometimes we mess up.
Of course.
Sometimes we say things and it kind of go against the grain in our own
Of
selves because
course.
we're not perfect. You get what I'm saying? So um I lost my train of thought. I gotta, what I do often, I be thinking of what I'm saying
It's
next while
okay.
I'm saying something. I gotta stop doing that. I do that in my videos. I be
But
thinking my
I
mind
understand
moves too
exactly
much.
what you're saying. Well, I kind of get where you was going with it though.
Like
Like
I lost my point in everything now. Like
it's gonna come to you, don't
oh, basically I try not to own up to having depression and anxiety, but um sometimes we have to realize things about ourselves to come to self-actualization about
you? Yeah.
ourselves so we can
Yep.
correct it, become more self-aware. And sometimes when we go through experiences with people, help us learn things about ourselves. Like if you're a person that's traumatic about relationships, you will have to go through a relationship again with the right person to heal yourself from all the past traumas that you have been through. If you're this toxic person, think you can't trust people, think everybody cheating on you, you're never going to stop overthinking that until you actually get in a relationship and work on that. Be like, okay, I'm thinking these bad, horrible thoughts about this person. Let me not think these thoughts anymore. You have to get some practice in, because if you're not in a relationship, you probably think that you heal. You probably don't even care if somebody was, you probably don't even care about overthinking if somebody was cheating on you or not. So you got to go
Yep.
through the experiences again. And to
Yep.
piggyback off of your, when before I joined this live, when I was just listening, to piggyback off of what you were saying about opinions, and how when we ask for other people's opinions, whether it's on a relationship, a friendship, something to do with family, or just something to do with just how you just want to live your life. Opinions, just like you said, it caused a conflict within yourself, especially if you already a person that overthink. When you go to somebody, if you won't go to somebody, you have to go to somebody that you can trust, that really, really have your best interest at hand, because it's such a sensitive thing to do when you start giving your opinion to other people, because our subconscious mind will make it a reality without us consciously knowing that we're making a reality until we even become more conscious of it. So you have to be very, very careful who you decide to go and tell your problems to, or try to come ahead and get opinions from, because not everybody really have your best interest at hand. And if you already overthinking a situation and then you go to somebody asking for their opinion and all they do is just make your overthinking situation worse, you will end up self-sabotaging yourself, because now you think what they're saying is true and what you is thinking is true, and you go and act off of what somebody else said to you or what you've been already overthinking, and it's not always that case. And you are just
Yep.
cause self-conflict within your mind, because now you already been overthinking. Now what if you go to somebody and they share their opinion and it's a negative opinion? That does nothing but make it worse for you. It makes it worse for you.
For real.
So all you gonna do is just
You
be
will get to
thinking
feel like the
about it,
world
like
finna end. Like, oh my goodness.
you will
And
find yourself probably breaking up or cutting everybody off that never did nothing
I've
to
been
you,
there. I've
because we
been there.
only tell one side to the story. I've been there too. I definitely been there, and I actually was those type of people who would give my opinion. But I've grown out of that, and what I do now is I get into people's minds. Like I know one of my gifts is definitely to get into your head. So I know how to get into people's minds and ask them certain questions about themselves, so they can come to the self-realization on their own. That's what I do now. I just ask you questions now and try to get you to find the answer on your own without me just saying here, because we also know that we heavily influence people with our words. Especially if we
Mm-hmm.
look like that, we know what we're talking about. People are going to listen. People are going to listen. And that's why
Especially,
the world is so
especially if they
messed up
don't know who
now.
they are to begin with. Especially if they don't have no
Yeah,
confidence in their own thoughts, and they gonna consume just about anything, and all you consuming all this stuff, and now you just got all these different battles going in within yourself. You don't know what to do. You
exactly.
thinking like you still sitting there thinking like, should I do this? What should I do with this person? Should I do? No, it's only one thing that matter. It's only one person opinions who matter. Whenever somebody asks me for advice on a situation, I just tell them to go with their heart. Like just whatever, just go with what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Don't think about if you're gonna fail. Don't think about if it's gonna be the right decision or the wrong. These is all illusions. There's no such thing as right or wrong. What you're gonna go the path that's naturally designed for you to go, that's gonna help you grow and help you learn. You say if it is the wrong decision, you're gonna go through that and you're gonna learn. And now you're gonna develop inner knowledge within yourself, and you're gonna be like, okay, next time I know not to do that. Instead of you asking all these different people, and now it's a battle within yourself. You stressed out. Now you with somebody, you with a person, and you stressed out about them every day. You thinking like, should I? Oh, this person on YouTube said I should leave them if they do this. Oh, this person said I should do that. Whole time it ain't really no problem going on with your relationship. You know what I'm saying? But your natural self saying like everything okay, but it's so much stuff to consume. It's like all this stuff. Like I be feeling like when people give their opinions like that, I feel like it's unhealthy altogether. And it's like I'm kind of growing towards that. Like just like okay, like trying not to be too opinionated with people, trying not to be like, oh no, you shouldn't do this, you should that. You know what I'm saying? Because we all kind of
Yeah,
do that
for real.
unconsciously sometimes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because once you realize how easily someone can be influenced by your opinions, you will
Yeah.
realize like, because I had to learn that by myself. A lot of people are influenced by certain things that I say. Like people listen to me for real. Like my opinion matters to people, and I didn't realize that. So I'm like, so maybe I need to watch what I say because I don't want to influence you to do anything, or you think that I influenced you because I gave a certain opinion. Because I also, when I do give my opinions, I come with facts too. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, it's still opinion first. But then I give you the facts on why this opinion could be true. But also, really, when you on a journey to really discovering yourself, going to YouTubers, yeah, it's a start. But
Yep.
don't let it consume you because you're trying to find yourself. So you listening to these YouTubers and they're telling you you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't eat meat, you should, oh, if you a monogamous, you selfish, you're not a real guy. And like just like they done had
Hey, KB,
y'all
KB, I
want to
saw a
commit
video.
suicide, how they be giving their opinions because they just tell you you living life all wrong.
They had you thinking
You ain't
like
living
you,
life
man.
right.
I saw this one girl on YouTube, she was like, she had 5 things to know if you spiritual. I'm like, oh my goodness, let me watch this. And she started off the video saying, if this stuff don't apply with you, you not spiritual. I was like, oh my goodness, oh, what is going on with the
And
world?
you're not
You know what I mean? How
spiritual
you,
for even telling somebody that they're
everybody
not
different.
spiritual.
Everybody different. You know what I'm saying? You can't just judge nobody else's path. I can't. You can't just because it's not the same things you went through. You know what I'm saying? It's not. That don't mean all this stuff is illusions. You know what I mean? People gonna have a different path than you. Some people probably didn't have to go through all the trauma you had to go through. Everybody
And I just
rise is gonna be
realized
different,
that.
man.
I just realized that. I actually just realized that I'm looking at a few people. I'm like, dang, there are some people in this world who really just been happy, like just had a great childhood, great adult life, who didn't go through trials and tribulations. But that don't neglect, if just because you did does not neglect that you aren't a great person. You just had to get built up to be this great person. So you had to go through certain situations. So I had to get out of this whole YouTube process because when I first were, I actually always questioned reality since I've been a kid, but actually knowing what exactly reality was, I always been trying to seek for answers. Like, okay, what is it? It's something. up until last year, for real, is when I actually got the direction. Like, this is what life really is. I had to get out of the YouTube because watching Young Pharaoh, he was the one who got me a lot of my knowledge that about what's going on than anybody else. So certain when he would become opinionated, he stopped me from actually doing a lot of things that was true to me that I was doing before I started watching him. So I stopped doing a lot of things that was true to me because I'm looking at this guy. I'm just now starting off. He seemed like he got everything figured out. I'm looking at this guy.
Nobody got it all
see a
figured
glimpse
out.
of people. I know, because we only see a glimpse. We only see a glimpse.
Yeah.
And sometimes in this present moment, we feel like we got it all figured out. But then when we get off the camera, life might hit us again. And they'd be like, oh, I don't got nothing figured out. But I was watching him, and he stopped me from really being myself. So I had to get out of what he think. And then even being on Facebook, scrolling on Facebook, I'm watching the conscious spiritual community. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You can't be this. You can't be that. And I'm just like, damn, like, can I not be anything? So what I did was, I'm not the type of person that label myself. I am that I am. I'm not a spiritualist. I practice spirituality. I'm not I'm just aware. I'm not in no spiritual community. I do whatever I please to do, because once you put a title on yourself, people going to expect you to live up to that title.
That's bondage.
Yeah, that puts bondage on you.
It's an easy trap. The trap's so easy, and you will do it without even being conscious of it. You really it's like you will free yourself from this one plantation, and you will think you free. Whole time you done freed yourself to a whole new plantation. It's like a higher facility, like prison, you know what I'm saying, with more security, but you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I really feel like what's going on in the spiritual community. You got all these different trends. You got all these different food trends. How do you know who you are if you following trends, if you following everything everybody else doing? So my thing is, like, when you follow the trend of being vegan, right? And you go against your own laws or what you really want to eat, you know what I'm saying? You go against your own laws. How do you know who you are? This creates conflict within yourself. Now, every time you do slip up and eat meat, you stress. How could you be lighthearted when you following trends and not being yourself? Like I was saying earlier, like, some people gonna have to go through traumatic situations to find out who they are, and some people don't have to go through it. But just because some people start off and they don't have to go through traumatic, don't mean they know who they really are. The whole thing is getting back to who you are, no matter what side you in. It's still gonna be a hard path of getting back to knowing who you are. Because when you had everything, that's probably even harder to find yourself again. When you had everything just given to you, that's a journey within itself too. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance in everything. And I feel like the whole spiritual journey, the whole thing is, the whole concept, the only thing you need to really, this is me, I feel like you need to know who you are, be confident in your own universal thoughts. I be feeling like you think a certain way for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna have different thoughts. Everybody gonna have a different way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? That's for a reason. We not all here to be robots and be programmed the same way. You know what I'm saying? We all
be the same person. You know, that's what I be trying to tell people. If every dude on this planet is supposed to have 7 wives, and every dude on this planet, or everybody on this planet is supposed to just be eating meat, or being vegan, or everybody on this planet is supposed to be saved, or everybody on this planet is supposed to be a nice person, where is the balance at? If we're all on the same scale, where is the balance at? I might as well not even look different from you if I gotta live the same life as you. We might as well look alike. And have
what's
the
the
same
point?
name,
Like, you know,
right? I came to
see,
this family to become this type of person. You came to this family to be this type of person. I came to look like this for a certain reason. You came to look like you for a certain reason. And we were meant to be on the same path. If everybody was, I don't get why people that's so retarded. Why? How are we all supposed to be doing the same exact thing?
and KB,
Everybody not gonna be, yeah.
you see how like just like this programming, it don't do nothing but create conflict because people can't be themselves. You got people, oh, a relationship supposed to be like this. Oh, you supposed to be 50-50. Oh, you supposed to date this post type of person. It's just, it all creates conflict because you got a lot of people trying to stick to this programming and they don't know who they are. And it's creating conflict not only on the out, because it's conflict within yourself. So now it's conflict in the outer world. You go on Facebook, all you see is people arguing each other's opinions. That's all you see. That's because people is in bondage.
I stopped doing that. It's no point because knowledge is different for everybody else. We're not gonna, where people don't really, when people give their opinions or try to debate, people debate to be right. So if both of y'all is trying to be right, where are y'all are coming to an even exchange at in this debate if both of y'all trying to be right and not trying to debate for better understanding? Y'all trying to debate to be right. Where is y'all getting
trying to be right? Trying. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
You chasing an illusion.
We could debate.
Go
follow my debate lead. Yeah.
You chasing an illusion. No such thing as right. You know what I mean? I feel like we not supposed to be arguing each other. I feel like everybody offers something that can help another person grow. I feel like how I attained a lot of knowledge because I was always open to listening to another person. I like, especially when I'm in person when I'm talking to people in person, and people like, I found that when I talk to a lot of spiritual people, everybody want to try to prove that they smart or they know a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be the one that just be quiet. I'll be listening to everybody. I take some from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I be gaining like the knowledges of different walks of life. Because your knowledge is what's inside of yourself. It's certain things as a woman that you're gonna go through that I'd never be able to experience. You know what I'm saying? We not all here to be the same. You know what I mean? So we learn from each other. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as right. It's like I come and tell you, oh, you wrong. That's how you think is wrong. No, your knowledge is based off of your experiences as who you are, a black woman. Your knowledge is based off of that. It's certain things that you will go through that I'll never be able to experience. So I'll always be open to listening to another person's experiences or their knowledges of what they learned in life. But I found a lot of people, when you like, if you get a bunch of spiritual people together, everybody just be jockeying to show who the most smart is, and I just be there just soaking everything up. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I be like, okay,
man,
but you gotta know like how to discern what not to listen to, and like, okay, this go along with my laws. You know what I'm saying? When I hear certain things, I'm like, okay, this go along with the laws that's within myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going outside of myself or thinking like, oh man, letting what another person say change what's going on within myself. If I hear something and it go along with the laws of how I live and how I see life, you know what I'm saying? That's what I take in, you know?
Absolutely. I actually get excited when I hear people that know more than me or that know the same thing that I know. I don't try to prove that I'm right. I actually got a few people who I can't even have a conversation with because it's just everything that they know is real, is factual, which is okay, which is okay. But some people really just don't be having facts at all, and a lot of stuff that they believe in do be opinionated. But if you give me your opinion and you just bouncing, just picking each other's brains, I got some people I can't even talk to because it's like whatever I say is just completely wrong. I could say the sky blue and everybody can look up and see the sky blue. You're wrong, which is a-okay. But sometimes I feel like a lot of people be in denial to admit that another person is right because they don't want to feel like they don't know nothing, when in reality they don't really know a lick of anything. Those are people that really don't know a lick of anything for real is when they just say that you're wrong. But people that that try to prove that they know a lot of things, that's those the type of people who don't truly believe in what they're really trying to preach to you. Just how at first when I was starting my whole little journey, and I'm like, I got so excited. I'm like, fuck Jesus, black woman is God. I'm going to like dang near door to door. You get what I'm saying? And I'm basically like saying that I'm right and you're wrong. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
everybody knowledge is different for one path. So whatever I believe in, it's not going to be the same that you believe in. The type of knowledge that I perceive is only for my journey and my journey only. I'm only seeking knowledge for my journey. Only seeking knowledge for my journey. I'm not seeking knowledge for nobody else's journey
Yep.
but mine. Me, myself, and I. And once people really just start worrying about themselves, and then once we fulfill and can share ourselves with everybody else, this whole conscious community won't feel like it's the Matrix. Like I feel like it's the Matrix,
It is.
just
It is. I feel like it's
another
another trap.
version of the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely another trap because the elites is making it that way, and it puts us all against each other. Oh, you don't believe in this? I even feel like this whole vaccine. Let me not say that because they're gonna put a whole bunch of ads and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Put the jab,
The jab.
the sickness, the sickness, the sickness. I feel like this whole thing is also to stir up controversy and put everybody against each other, like the jabs versus the unjabs. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that's also another way to divide us when it's time for us to all come together. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's basically what I'm saying is it's the world is too opinionated, and it's stuck in a time loop, and it's stuck in an opinionated time loop as well. Like
And you know what?
this whole world is stuck.
You know what? Like the whole, like my opinion on the whole jab, I feel like all these different controversies, all these different back and forths, all this stuff is taking you away from yourself. It's all a distraction, right? What I found when I take, I take breaks from social media all the time. So what I found when I took breaks, I felt more connected to my true inner self. Soon as you get on Facebook and you start seeing all these different arguments that take over your thoughts. Now you
It
can't
really
even
does.
connect with God no more because your mind is so clouded. It's like a frequency. You know what I'm
It,
saying? Once your man
it
start
does.
to get jumbled up, you know what I'm saying? I like to compare it to a dirty house, right? Right? You go in the house and you got stuff all over here. You got stuff on the floor. You got stuff under the bed. You got garbage over there. And you lose a pair of keys, you're going to have to clean up that whole crib just to find that keys, that
Just
connection
find the
again.
key.
So, like, that's why I feel like it's healthy to get off Facebook or social media altogether every once in a while because just to keep connection with God so you can know it is what you want to do and what you're supposed to do. That's why I feel like all these different things arguing about femininity, you arguing about black and white, you arguing about the president, you arguing about all this different stuff. All this stuff ain't doing nothing but distracting you. That's it. That's all this is serving its purpose. Now you got this people arguing about, did you get the jab or did you not get the jab? All these different arguments, it's taking
Oh, I
over
can't
your
mess
thought
with
process.
you.
Now you sitting there thinking about, should I take it or should I not? You in battle. It's creating a battle within yourself. Now you thinking like, should I do this? Like it's two of you when you already know what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like you arguing with yourself like it's two of you, but you know what you want to do. You just got to calm all that noise and connect with who you really are. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff ain't doing nothing but clouding our minds, you know?
I swear to God, and I actually just was kind of going through it too, because like I told you before this live, I've been trying to get back to myself. I haven't been able to get a clear mind to get some downloads, because I be feeling depressed when I ain't getting no downloads. Something wrong, okay? If I ain't waking up every day and I ain't got something wise to say or something to think about for myself, then my mind is too cluttered. And I just said I was about to get ready to take a break from social media because every time I get on, all you see is the same repetitive stuff. Relationship, celebrity dramas, you got pornos, kids getting kidnapped, and then you got the conscious community arguing and giving their opinions, and then you got the people that's not in the conscious community who just sharing
Yeah.
everything, and it's just the same thing over and over and over again, and it's toxic to your mind, especially if you're not already in a bad, and if you already in a bad state. Scrolling on social media is not the best idea, because first off, honestly, we really need to just turn your phone. If you just not in a good mood, turn your phone off, because these phones be listening. These phones be listening, so they know what you're going through. If you're going through a breakup, or if you're going through financial issues, they will purposely put these things on your timeline for you to keep scrolling, because oh, now you're seeing things to be relatable to what you're going to, so it releases dopamine in your brain for you to keep going and getting pleasure, because you're relating to something.
Yep.
So we need to really unplug completely from these phones when we are feeling away, so we can gather back to ourselves, because it literally plays with your mind, and that's a dangerous game. We should honestly get mad. We should honestly get mad at that, because y'all are really playing with our minds right now, to the point some people be wanting to become suicidal because their mind getting
Suicide rate
constantly.
is up so high right now.
I swear to God, and depression is I feel like it's higher than what it has ever been. It's something is in the air, and I feel it. I feel death, and I feel depression. I feel darkness right now. I feel a lot of freaking darkness, and it's with everybody. And it's like sometimes I'm getting a little overwhelmed with it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm able to just like,
And like that's why hold on. That's why we gotta be that beacon of light. You know what I mean? We gotta be that beacon of light that's in the darkness. You know what I mean? We some of us, we here to be that beacon of light for people. That's why I always post on my timeline. A lot of people tell me all the time, like, bro, I be seeing so much toxic stuff on Facebook. When I see your stuff, it's always something that make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here to
I
be that
swear,
beacon of light. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving my opinions, but I'm sharing with you the things that I did in
my
my life that made
experiences.
me a better person. You know what I'm saying? And that'll make you feel
Exactly.
some type of sense of, oh man, things gonna be better because I say he did it. He feeling better.
Exactly.
It's some hope for me to do it.
Right.
That's being a beacon of light. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Exactly.
people. Yep.
Exactly. That's what I do now. When I talk to people, I literally give my experiences, because I noticed that a lot of the things that people went through, I've already been through. So I just give them my experiences. Like, this is what happened when I went through this experience. Not saying that you're going to get the same outcome, but be mindful if you do, because yeah, we all might go through the same experiences, or we all might have that one experience that keep recycling, but it does not mean it's supposed to have the same outcome. It definitely means you're supposed to have a different outcome. Not the same. When anything is just the same, the outcome is not supposed to be the same. Just because an experience is the same does not mean that your outcome is supposed to be the same.
Yep.
So when I do tell people, I just give people my my experiences, and how I noticed that I was a beacon of light to people is when I started to. This is how, being around the right ones, the loved ones, they helped me find myself, or helped me continue to find myself and find my passion, because it was nothing but male's figure in my life who uplifted me and told me that I was going to be great. Nothing but
Mm-hmm.
people in my life that uplifted me, telling me I was going to be great. And they told me when they are around me, they feel comfortable, they feel genuine love, they feel like they can be happy. People tell me when I talk to them, and with my voice, I have a really soft voice, and it's almost hypnotizing. People tell me when I
Mm-hmm.
talk to them, they get real good advice, and they feel better, and I make them feel good, and people love to
Mm-hmm.
hear my insight. So I started realizing that, and I'm like, because it's not just one, two, three people who tell me that. It's everybody who come encounter with me, and they actually have a relationship with me. Everybody come in my life and tell me like, you're such a great person. I love the way you talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of wisdom. You make me feel good about myself, and you be right about a lot of things. And I'm just like, what does that mean, Akila? What does that mean? People
You
telling
know what
you
it
make them
means. Like
feel this
you just
good.
like the spirit. You know what it means. And I be feeling like I just how I tell people all the time, like beware of false prophets. Beware of people who just want to pretend to be a beacon of light. Because If you watch a person content and you walk away from it feeling bad, like, you know what I mean, that person is not a big beacon of light. A beacon of God, the divine, a divine being, you gonna walk away from it feeling like it's hope. You gonna walk away from, no matter what's going on, you gonna feel like, okay, everything gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? That's God. You know what I'm saying? That's a beacon of light. That's when I feel like the spirit is operating through you. You know what I'm saying? That's when I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of people, man, that get on Facebook, YouTube, whatever the platform. They just want a following. They just want a clout. You know what I'm saying? You conform into everything
that's
that's
all
around
this
you.
life is
You
about.
conform to everything that's around you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that stuff. Because as soon as you're not getting likes, as soon as you're not getting views, you gonna want to stop doing it. You ain't gonna want to do it no more. You're not a real beacon of light. You doing it for other reasons. You doing it for egotistical reasons. You know what I'm saying? You conform into everything else that's around you. So I always tell people, you gonna know a beacon of light when you come across one, because you gonna listen to them and you gonna feel like life just gonna get better. You gonna feel like no matter what your situation is, everything just gonna be better after just a few words with them. You know what I mean? That's how I feel sometimes. Like, when I be looking at some people, I can discern who just on there trying to get clout, who just on there just trying to sell stuff. Like, you can see it be right in our face. You know what I mean? A lot of people on there just be on there just trying to get their clout up, or just because they saw another spiritual person, they got a lot of views. Now they want to try to be that same thing. You not being your true self. You know what I mean? So when you talk to a real child of God, when you talk to a person who really into the spiritual stuff, who really got light in them, you gonna feel that light just after a conversation. Just being in their present, you gonna feel that light. You know what I mean? You walk away from conversations with people and you feel bad after talking to them. You feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? That person ain't the universe is not talking through that person. They just telling you something that they heard from another person or a YouTube video. That's what a lot of people be doing too. You know what I'm saying? They watch a lot of videos, get a lot of information, and they're like, okay, now I'm gonna make me a channel now. Like, I'm gonna make me some content now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done got all the information I need now. Now they ain't doing nothing but saying what another person said. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be aware. Don't go off of what you see. Go off of what you feel in your heart. When you talk to a person, you feel better just off of a short conversation, a short word with that person. You know that person was sent a beacon of light to you. That person was sent to you. You know what I'm saying?
I swear to God, because we are able to do, because we are actually powerful like that to speak life into people. When you're the right person to speak life into somebody, you have the ability to speak life into people. That's why when you have, like you said, when you have certain I actually just did a TikTok video on this about how we are able to transmit energies to each other. So that's why when we go to certain people and we talk to them, and we don't even have to just talk about our issues. We could just be down and just go have a regular conversation with somebody, and they could just say something to uplift you, to make you feel better. And that ain't nothing but them literally speaking life into you, because we are energetic beings. Just how when we look at a battery and a battery has to be dead and we got to charge the battery back up, think of us as rechargeable batteries. We are batteries, but we are the rechargeable batteries. So we are able to, when our energy is low, we are able to get back charged up. But only if, when we do give our energy to people, our energy has to be reciprocated. Or we can't give so much of our energy out to people, because all they're going to do is just drain our battery. And then nobody is going to plug us up. And then we just got to find the wall ourselves to plug ourselves up, and then to go back and go in hermit mode.
See, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, because
Okay.
I know, like, the spiritual community be repulsed by the Bible and stuff, but I really took a lot of knowledge from the Bible. It's a lot of different knowledges that I learned from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one scripture where Jesus was talking about, he said, I am your bread of life. You know what I'm saying? What he was saying, that you believe in me, you should soak in that life. You know what I'm saying? So what he's saying is his words gives life. You know what I'm saying? His words is life. And he was saying, as his father, the universe, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to believe in, as the blessings come down to him, he's going to feed you that life. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about your connection to spirit. You know what I mean? Your words can give life. You know what I'm saying? Your words are that bread of life to people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a lot of things. It's all about your perception, how you decide to look at things. And you can take it's a million different things you can take from just one situation. Because it's we multidimensional. It's all about, you can see things from a lot of different ways. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And you get something from every different way.
It's crazy. I didn't think of it like that, because I am one person who, even though you might not be the one who believe in zodiac, but I believe in it, but I don't let it control me. I just let it to guide me and pick what I can from it. But by me being a Gemini, I'm able to analyze and see a situation from multiple perspectives. And also, I never looked at it as being a multi-dimensional being when we able to see every perspective from one situation, because I'm like that. And that's also how I'm able to how I'm able to talk to people in a certain way when they do come to me and they tell me. That's why I'm able to ask people questions, because I'm like, I'm seeing it this way, but I'm also seeing it this way and that way and this way and this way. However, we about to get to every single one of them. So which way is the proper way that we see it? Even for my own life, I sometimes myself sabotage sometimes when I get to overthinking, get to seeing it this way. Oh, it could be this way, or this could be this way, or it could be this way. But I'm gonna go with this way. But then it don't be that way. And I would end up self-sabotaging. Like, I'm kind of in the mix of self-sabotaging myself right now due to relationship traumas. And I didn't realize that I still needed to heal until I got through the experience again. And when I went through the experience, I'm like, you know what? I don't need to be in a relationship. I still got to heal. I can't do it. The person is very great, very great. Whenever I am in my moods, they there to govern my feelings. Person is great. But however, due to me not going through those experiences again and not being so aware of myself through these experiences, I didn't heal from them. So I have to put myself through this experience again so I can heal. So I was just in a little mix of trying to self-sabotage myself because I overthink a lot. And I am and have been controlling my overthinking thoughts, or really knowing when I'm overthinking, or knowing what thoughts are really mine, or what thoughts have stemmed from my trauma, or what thoughts are just came from somebody else. So I'm able to start to decipher my thoughts, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if I have not went through that relationship experience again.
Right.
Because I thought I healed. Of course, when you no longer feel that pain no more, you be like, I'm good, I'm Gucci. But then once that experience come in, you be like,
it get pulled back up.
Your nose be turned up a little bit, like, hold on, like, wait a minute. So I just had to catch myself slowly.
One thing about spiritual growth, you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? We can see everything that's going on the outside, but we can't see how far we done grew spiritually. I was watching, I feel like spirit talk to me like what resonate with me, and movie scenes resonate with me, and I feel like that's how spirit be bringing messages to me through movie scenes, right? So this one movie scene was hold on, bro. Okay. It was a movie scene, right? And it was basically about this boy, right? And he was on the football team, right? And his coach put a blindfold over him and made him crawl across the whole football field. But the boy didn't know how far he was crawling. So he was crawling, right? He was crawling with the mask on his hand, and he wanted to quit. And then, but the coach was like, no, don't quit. Don't give up. You doing good. Keep going. Just keep going. But the boy, because he got a blindfold on, he couldn't see how far he was actually going. You know what I'm saying? So he just kept pushing. He like, I can't feel my arms no more. I can't keep going. I'm tired. It's beating me up. You know what I'm saying? The coach is like, keep going. You got it. You good. You doing good. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? So when he finally made it to the other end of the field, he just collapsed on the ground, right? And the coach took the thing off his eye. He said, look where you at. You in the motherfucking end zone. You know what I'm saying? He was like, and I took so much from that scene. Because when we going through our spiritual growth, we can't see how far we came from when we first started. We can't see it. You know what I'm saying? And when you be thinking like, man, this is getting hard, I'm ready to give up. It's always something in you telling you, just keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Just keep going, keep building. Because you can't see, but the spirit can see how far you came. The spirit can see, like, oh, you have far you done grew. Since you went through them relationships, since you went through all them bad traumas. The spirit can see all that stuff. But you can't see how far you growing in your inner world. You can't, there's something that you can't see. So a lot of people, man,
And why do you think that is?
to growing. That's on their journeys to growing and growth. Just keep going. You know what I'm saying? You doing good. You know what I mean? Just keep going. Keep going in that path. It's going to get hard. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have moments where you're going to want to give up, where you want to quit. You're going to have all the moments because you can't see. You're going to think everything, all your efforts is going unnoticed. You're going to think all your efforts is for no reason. But you really growing, but you just can't see it, you know?
And why do you think that? Why do you think some of us can't see how far we have become, how far we came?
You can't see it because it's in you. You know what I'm saying? It's in you. And sometimes a lot of us, how I can see it, this how I can see it now, because I've been on my journey for so long. This how I can see it. I just look back and be like, dang, man, I remember when I really was stressed every single day. I sit back and think about that and literally get into tears. Like, I remember getting up for work every morning, stressed and depressed, stressed about every single thing. Sometimes wishing didn't want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying? I sit back. One day I was just working. And I just sit there and think like, dang. I remember I really was at a low state, like, you know what I'm saying, at my lowest, like, every single day. Stress, anxiety, every single day. Not knowing not just confused. And then I look at where I'm at now, I look like, man, I really did come a long way. And that'll keep me going. Like, okay, let me just keep going along this path. Because it started off every single day just stress, and then it just started to fade. You know what I'm saying? It just started to fade. Every once in a while, I feel anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like I'm always in gratitude now, because I be thinking about, like, dang, I remember how I used to be sad every day. Like, just sad, thinking nobody loved me, thinking nobody cared about me, thinking like it was no purpose for my life. I was feeling like that every single day. Now when I look back at it, I be like, dang. That's how I got that analogy. Like, I look back like, dang, I really did that. You know what I'm saying? I really did a lot of something that a lot of people have a hard time staying on that path. Like, you know what I'm saying? It take a lot of strength to go down that path, man, of trying to be a better version of yourself.
It does.
So, like,
That's why I can see why some people, and that's why I can see why people don't want to heal, because it's harder than the pain, for real, because you can easily suppress the pain. It's like, I don't want to feel it, then feel better. With trying to heal yourself, you literally have to feel the pain and work through it. And sometimes you're going to want to give up, but you shouldn't give up, because it's always going to be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I used to actually be the type of person who was definitely stressed out every day and depressed every day. And I've noticed that about myself too, because what you did to self-realize your growth is what I do. Like, I'd be like, dang, I remember I was this way before, and I'm no longer this way. And I had to show gratitude towards myself and patience and also have patience with myself. Like, I'm growing. I'm really growing. Like, I grown a lot within just a year. Like, I've grown a lot. Like, you would think I've been trying to heal myself for 3 years. And it's like it just started. You get what I'm saying? Because I put the work in. Last fall, last winter, I fell out with everybody. And I'm like, I was relieved. I don't know why. I was relieved. I was like, because my peers were holding me back, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know myself, but I knew when I was hanging out with certain people, it didn't feel right. The things that we were doing didn't feel right. So I fell out with everybody, and I literally went into hermit mode. When I say I went to hermit mode, I literally went into hermit mode. I studied. I didn't go out. I literally just sat in my living room, picked up a book, read, wrote stuff down, wrote notes down, got every little piece of information embedded into my mind over and over so I could just remember it off the back of my head. Like, I was just constantly and just searching and went into hermit mode when I really tried to sit there and discover myself. And it's hard. It's hard, especially when you know you have to do it. You have to be the one that do it. And when you feeling so weak sometimes, when you feel like you can't do it no more, you got to do it. You got to do it for yourself, because the pain that we go through, the setbacks that we go through, it does nothing but bring us back to who? You. It does nothing but bring you back to yourself. It don't take you nowhere else but bring you back to yourself. So when you get back in that darkness, you come back out a new person. Each time you go into the darkness, you come out into the light a new person. You shedding that old skin when you go into the darkness. You battle, y'all. Go ahead and battle it out in the darkness. And they come out. Yeah, I'm on top. I'm good. I'm Gucci. And a lot of us, it's hard. It's really hard trying to make yourself feel better, trying to get out of depression, trying to get out of anxiety. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, I was actually just talking to my cousin about this when I told her I feel everybody's sadness. I feel everybody's depression. And I was just telling my cousin this, that a lot of people don't know how to heal themselves. They don't know where to start. So I feel like people like us have to help them find their key. Like, have you looked over here? Have you looked over here? The light shining over there. I see something. Go get it.
Yep. Let me go towards that.
like a lot of people don't know how to heal themselves. And I see a lot of that on Facebook. Like, a lot of people just think they're supposed to be sad and depressed, and this is just their way of life, when people don't know that a lot of the stuff that we consume.
You want to
know why is it so hard?
It's something you can't see. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, okay, I need to go work on this poem. Let me go on, give me a sheet of paper and just start working on it. It ain't like, it's just something, literally deciding to do it in your mind. That's how you start. Literally deciding, like, okay, I want to be better. That's it. Once you decide that, and then your mind literally gonna start doing the work. Your conscience your universal mind gonna start bringing everything to you to help you along that path. It's really, everything is in your conscious mind. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you start thinking, you really thinking like this. You really thinking like, I want to be better. And that's really what's in your heart. You gonna start bringing that stuff in. You gonna start pulling in the information that you need to grow. Once I will start making that decision within myself. With me, I remember I used to go to the park every day. After work, I would be so stressed. Every day, I told you, every day I was sad. I would go to the park after work, and I'd sit there and I'd just talk to myself. You know what I mean? I'd just sit there and talk to myself. I'd be like, man, look, I'd do anything to get out of this way of thinking, out of this hellhole that I'm in right now. I would do anything, right? So as time was going on, certain things was just getting brought to me. Certain people started coming into my life. Certain people who offered information that can help me keep growing. Just people in my atmosphere. Like, people was coming to me like, oh, you can do this. Just putting me, and then they were generally wanting to help me. You know what I mean? The light, like, it's all about your mind. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta want it first. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta want it, and you gotta desire it. Once you want it, and then you decide, this is what I'm gonna do. That's the first step. You know what I mean? This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I want. I want to be a better person. I don't want to keep living like this. I don't want to keep thinking like this. I don't want to keep going through the same situations. You know what I mean? I don't want this. I want better. As soon as you are serious about that, this is my experience. As soon as I started thinking like that, that's when things started getting pulled to me that started helping me grow as a person. I was like, man, I want to start a business, right? I'm thinking like, once I start getting my man together, I'm like, you know what? I want to go into business and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So once I started thinking that, people started coming to me that was business owners and who had their credit together and who had, like, men that had houses, not just a house and paying rent, but mansions and stuff. Dead serious. Like, start coming to me and start telling me, like, look, this is what you will need to do. You know what I'm saying? This, like, just start laying it out for me, right? I'm like, and it's really all up to you to begin with. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you start thinking like, this is what I want to be and this is what I want to do, it's like the universe starts drawing that stuff to you. Like people who can help you continue to grow.
Once you really try to become what you want, once you really try to become what you want, all you doing is really just attracting you already. And that's what's actually been going on with me. When I wanted to make that decision of having better people in my life, when I didn't have many good people into my life, that last year, when I just like, you know what, I want to become a better person, I start attracting people like you and other people that I got on my Facebook that actually helped me grow in some ways and actually shed light on me and inspired me. And by me having my vision boards, I write down stuff about like how I can become more valuable, things like that, how I can just become a better person, things I need to work on, business-wise, spiritual-wise, whatever it is. Once I started doing that, I attracted me a whole business partner who heard me. I came up with this whole educational platform. I have a whole educational platform that I have not dropped yet, and I'm not really giving too much information on that until it's dropped. That's what I actually wanted you to help me out with the LLC. So I have this whole educational platform. At first, it actually just started off as a Forex little group, and they heard the name. I had a guy who was getting me into Forex who do a whole lot of business. He's a very professional businessman. He heard the name MBT, and he was like, whoa, what you doing with that? We got to do something with that. We about to get us a whole little content person who can help us with content, get everything going. Because he was like, MBT, I like mindset, brainstorm, tackle, millions, billions, trillions, the most educational, successful platform for Black people, MBT. First comes the mindset, because this is piggyback off of how everything starts with your mind. It does. Everything does start with your mind. That's why MBT is, our values is mindset. It all starts here. Brainstorm. Cool. I got the idea. How I'm going to execute the plan. Once you brainstorm, you what? You tackle it now. MBT. Mindset, brainstorm, and tackle. And you know why certain people can't realize that, don't want to get that realization that they want to heal? Because some people don't realize that their actions is bad. A lot of people think that their actions is normal. Oh, it's normal to be like this. You want to know why people think everything is just so normal like that? Because when you get on social media, it's toxic this, toxic that. Oh, we gonna be toxic. Let's be toxic. And so a lot of people who don't know any better, when you get on social media, you think that's the way of life. To be toxic, to be stuck in your ways, to just give somebody else a hard ass time. Like, why do you want to give me a hard ass time? Because you want to be on social media and you want to be toxic. Like, get off of social media. Social media is raising a lot of weak-minded individuals. And why I say weak-minded, I'm sorry if it's rude to y'all. Why I say it's weak-minded, because you let outside influence your way of life. And you let people on the internet who say things and they don't even live by it to influence you. You let rappers and singers who say things and they don't even live by it to influence you. And there goes the self-conflict, because you living in an illusion. You up here letting social media and music influence you when everything they're saying is not even freaking reality. So you go and live that out. How you gonna live out an illusion inside of reality? That's not gonna work. All you gonna do is just cause self-conflict. And a lot of
causing that conflict within yourself.
Start here first. Yeah, it all starts in the mind first. And I do want to guide people to help them find the keys.
And it's hard to get what's in your mind, because it's hard to get that when your mind clouded. You know what I mean? When your mind not clear, your mind clouded and fogged up with all this stuff, that's all this social media garbage, all these different arguments, or feminist man versus women, gender war, Black versus white. Did you take the jab or did you not take the jab? When your mind fogged up with all this stuff, it's hard to know who you really are. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? Because your man fall, you know what I mean? And who you are is God. God is inside of you. It's hard to listen to God if you got all this fog inside of your mind. It's all a
And
distraction.
because
You know what I mean? That's
God
why
does not care about any of those things.
at all. It don't matter. It's all illusions. It don't even matter, man. Like none of this stuff matters. What is you arguing about something that's not even real? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can live life how you choose to live. You know what I'm saying? Why I gotta be arguing? You think like this, we argue with each other. Why I gotta be like that? You arguing over nothing. You know what I mean? When you can just choose to live how you want to live. Why you want to argue with another person to think how you want to think, or you want to argue with another person to try to get them to live how you live? When there's really no argument, you just live how you live and let that person live how they want to live. It's all an illusion.
You're really not getting anywhere when you even try to get on people's posts and try to rebut what they are saying, because no matter what, and that's also their pride and their ego, they're not going to admit that they're wrong and that they're right, because anyway, they're only debating with you to prove that they're right. So you're not going to get anywhere. And I actually stopped that a minute ago, because it actually used to put me in a bad space when I used to get on internet and I get a whole bunch of comments back and I'm like, bro, oh my God, I got to get on the internet and deal with this. And also it be time consuming, because you notice that you're sitting there on your phone doing this all day. This whole time you could have been doing something else. Like, don't you gotta go wash or something, go clean up the house, go cook dinner?
Like, it's hard to change it's hard to change and grow when you got all this stuff constantly in your face. You gotta subtract from that stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When you trying to really grow subconsciously or spiritually or however you trying to grow, you gotta pull yourself away from this stuff, because it's hard to focus on yourself and what you really want. You know what I'm saying? It's power in silence, because when you in silence, you get to sit back and think like what I really want to do. It's power in silence. You know what I mean? Now you in a position to allow things to come in. Like you in a position, whatever you asking for, now you in a position to allow it to come in. Like I say, when I was by myself and I'd be thinking a certain way, then the stuff was just coming to me. It was just literally everything I was thinking about, it was just coming to me. Okay, you think about that? Now I'm gonna give, here you go right here. That's like the universe was to me. Here you go right here. This is what you can use right here. You want to be this? Okay, here you go. You know what I mean? But whenever I was on social media too much, I started getting clouded and I started falling into the same toxic ways that everybody else was in. You know what I mean? Because you get so much stuff, whether you do it or not.
Yeah, because it's very contagious, and people only show the good parts of their lives, so it makes other people on social media like, dang, this person always happy, dang, this person always got something good going for themselves, when nobody really on social media posts when they're depressed. So you do get the people who do post when they are depressed, but they really be calling out for real when they do that. They be calling out, either calling out for attention, they calling out because they really want help. But that's up to your discernment to figure that out. But a lot of people don't really I lost my train of thought again. Do you know what I was getting to?
I know.
I said something like,
when you do this, that means it's going like I'm on
like,
you.
Hold on, my train of thought is just gone. Oh yeah, so when we see people other lives doing good on social media, and I find myself getting depressed too when I have a setback, right? And I'm on social media and I see somebody else, their life is just all going good. I'm like, dang, why I can't be there right now? You get what I'm saying? And it allows us to compare other people's journey to our own and be like, why I'm not there because they are there. You never know what people really truly go through to get to where they are. They might have actually had it harder than you. So they there. You just still, or you just have your own timeline. What if you're not supposed to be at where that person is at till you're 40? Like, you never know. And we have our whole lives ahead of us, but as long as we keep thinking that we don't, then we're going to just age faster and faster and faster. And once we get off of social media and get to tapping into ourselves, we notice that we will actually be happy, because we keep trying to compare on social media. All people do on social media is brag and showboat. showboat that they got something that you don't. So just get off of social media and
Comparison.
just find out what you want to do. Stop trying to compare. I find myself doing that
Comparison
too.
on,
And that's how I actually was depressed,
yeah.
trying to be like
Comparison
everybody
only
else.
leads to feelings of inferiority or superiority. You either gonna feel either one. When you compare yourself to somebody, say for instance, you see somebody that get 1,000 likes and you only get 10, you're gonna feel inferior to that person. Say for instance, you got 1,000 likes, but you see somebody with 10 likes, you're gonna feel like you superior to them. You know what I'm saying? Neither is a
Superior.
healthy state of consciousness. You know what I mean? Because it's all an illusion. It's not real. You know, it literally makes no difference. Like literally, you know what I'm saying? I used to be caught up in that too. Like man, I feel like I give better knowledge than a lot of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can see all the people who get a lot of clout, you know what I'm saying? Who got a lot of clout, but they not really trying to help nobody. You know what I'm saying? I see all the people and I be thinking like that. But that's how I used to think. We all on a path to the growth and reach new states of consciousness. You know what I mean? Now I can get on Facebook or whatever and not feel no type of way about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I scroll. I see people that think different. I don't care. I
To that point too.
You know what I'm saying? I don't, because my confidence done got
I'm
so
at that
high.
point too.
I ain't gonna say in my ego. My confidence done got so high in my spirit because I know I'm connected to God. You know what I'm saying? So whatever is going on in my life, or whatever I think and whatever I decide to post, and it's gonna be from my heart. That's the confidence right there. Because I know it's coming from God. It's not coming from no other place. It's not coming from a place of feeling superior or feeling inferior or just to get attention. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's confidence in what I say because it comes directly from my heart, and that's God. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. You are absolutely right about that. I've actually got it to that point too, and it was a couple my Facebook friends, the good ones, that actually helped me get out of that whole trying to comment on other people's stuff, because I noticed that I was never getting anywhere with that. You get what I'm saying? But causing conflict within myself and causing controversy on Facebook when it don't even matter, because I'm not getting it to them and they're not getting it to me. So it's actually you and Soulful Kev who
Ooh, my phone from the
kind
back.
of gave me that perspective. Ooh, are you able to plug it up?
Because I got like two phones. I got two iPhones. This was the other phone getting charged. So this one got like 10% left. You get me?
Okay, so we can go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually you and Soulful Kev who got me out of that mindset of trying to either save everybody and trying to quit being so opinionated. So it's been like a great minute, because I'll be seeing a lot of stuff on Facebook that I can comment on. A lot of stuff. I'll be scrolling past because it's not worth it. It's not worth giving your energy to, not even to these celebrities. I noticed that a lot of people give their energy to celebrities, like to the point. Have you ever seen somebody fall out with somebody, one of their close friends, over a celebrity?
I seen it.
That gotta be the most. That gotta be the most.
It's like, look at yourself.
Ever.
Look at
like,
what you're doing.
Y'all
You
can't
don't see
doing
what you're doing. Like, you really fall in love with people because of you arguing. I done seen people get in arguments in their relationship. I'm like, baby, your relationship is perfectly fine. Just because something happened in the media between a rapper and his girlfriend, now it's conflict in your relationship. Why do you care what's going on outside your relationship?
Exactly, because I swear to God, and then people talking about this little baby and Jada situation. I swear to God, I thought this person, I wasn't even trying to be funny. How they was talking about him, I thought this person personally knew them. Like, that's their brother. This person they be looking into these celebrities' lives more than they look into their own. Y'all be trying to figure out these celebrities' relationship issues, then you be trying to figure out your own. You got into it with your girlfriend because you mad because she don't like the baby, or she say say a whole different opinion from the baby, and now you don't want to deal with her.
It's
I
sad.
actually just told, I had somebody who tell me this experience that they not with their ex no more because they got their ex kicked them out the house because they didn't agree with their opinion on a celebrity. Well, really, the person was like, well, maybe you looking at it this way. This person got mad. I'm just like, y'all
That's terrible.
Seriously self-sabotaging because of these celebrities that do not even care about you. They don't care. They know how frequency and music works, and they still decide to mess with your mental. They still decide to make you vibrate low. Every artist got to study sound and frequency to know what songs you're gonna like. That's why they also come out with EPs. EPs is nothing but to test the type of music that the type of music that their listeners like. So they're testing frequencies and sounds that the mass gravitates to.
Yeah.
So they already know the type of stuff that they're putting into your head. You becoming a gangster because you listen to Future. Future don't even shoot nothing.
It's all taking you away from yourself. That's all it is. It's all taking you away from the divine consciousness. That's all it's doing. All these arguments about celebrities, why you arguing about this? You can't think about yourself while you arguing about another person. You can't think about yourself. When you sitting and you really you clog all these noises, you clean out all this fog. You ain't thinking about none of this stuff. Now you can think about yourself, and now you can draw in the things that can help you accomplish the things that you want. But when you constantly thinking about other people, other situations outside of yourself, you can't think about yourself. You know what I mean? You can't focus in on yourself. And that's the whole design. That's the whole design for it. That's what they want you to do. They want you to ever be connected to yourself.
You have no room.
Ever.
Worrying about somebody else, you will definitely never be connected to who you truly are, or just you just be so unfocused. And that's what a lot of these celebrities are doing to people like us. You get what I'm saying? Throwing everybody completely off of their focus on purpose. Like, seriously, on purpose. Like, and that lifestyle, worrying about other people, is toxic and it's draining and it's so unhappy. It's so depressing. Worrying about the next new expensive thing you about to buy, that's so depressing. Trying to worry about what you gonna look like with this expensive designer, that's depressing. Trying to fit in with everybody else, that's so depressing. Trying to impress everybody else, that's so depressing. So trying to live a luxury celebrity life like everybody else, that's depressing. Not being yourself is so depressing. When you trying to be in that lifestyle, when you just all about celebrities, all about designer, all about being toxic, that's a depressing lifestyle to live. And I used to be that type of person years ago. Even though I knew I never wanted to be that way, I thought that was the only way to life. But it made me depressed because I didn't want to be like that. I never really wanted to be like that. But I felt like I had to be like that because it was like, okay, shoot, I gotta have some friends. Because I never was the type of person who had friends or went out because I didn't like how everybody acted because it wasn't me. But I didn't know another way to life like I do now. So I acted out like that, and being in that lifestyle, partying every day, trying to be in a mix every day, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. Drinking all day, every day, partying, you ain't doing nothing but letting the spirit inside of you. And you wonder why you always arguing at a party, or it's always some bull junk at a party, or you always feeling like so drained after leaving a party. Look what you're consuming. Look at what you're doing.
You know what, KB?
It's so depressing.
Why it's so depressing? Like, all this worrying about all these different things, worry about all this different stuff. It's so depressing because your mind not yours no more. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff consumes your mind. Now your mind not yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, and your mind controls your body, so now your body not.
And you can't even find your thoughts to soothe yourself. Outside source
controlling you all in every form of fashion, and that's why a lot of people be depressed, because your soul is literally like a prisoner inside the body. You know what I'm saying? Everything else outside of you is controlling you. Nothing is yours no more. Everything is controlling you. Your mind, your body, everything. And your spirit ain't nothing but a prisoner right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I be telling people depressed is a big call for deep rest. Deep rest. You got to calm all the noises. Calm all the noises and connect with God. Free God that's in you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell everybody. But we finna go ahead and wrap this up, G. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have to do this again.
Yeah, for sure. Are you saving the live? So I can go ahead and share it to my other platforms. I actually want to post this on YouTube just to give people some type of inspiration, because I know we actually hit on a couple topics that people will actually be engaged into listening to and can actually help them out. So this was actually be great for starting off my podcast too.
See, look, and we got a smile on your face too.
You don't mind saving the live.
I'm gonna save it. Also, one last thing.
So you got my dimple showing too. You know, I'm smiling for real for the dimple showing.
One last thing. Do you know how to like save a video off of Facebook?
Once you in the live, it should say save video. Once you in the live, it's gonna actually you want to save the video and post
it from Facebook into your phone.
Yeah, the video will save. You'll probably actually have to, since we've been talking for 2 hours, you're probably gonna have to like
No, I'm not doing it. I was just asking, do you not do it so you
probably
can
iCloud.
Yeah.
So wait, are you saying like when you post a live, do I know how to just save it from your page?
Yeah. Like into your phone from my page. Yeah, you can do that.
No, I don't. You could do that
because you actually gotta, because with an iPhone you actually gotta get a third party, like it's all you gotta do is go on a web browser, and it's called F-Down, and you just basically copy the link from this, and then you post it into that. It's like a little box, and download it, and you can save it. You can save this whole live video to your phone and post it like to YouTube, whatever, you know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, we can actually try that out. So just go ahead and post the live and send me the website that you were just talking about when I could convert the link over. And we go from there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
It was nice
Thanks for having me.
Peace and love to you.
Bye. Nice talking to you.